What if the reason you're still stiff isn't that you need to stretch more, but because you're stretching the wrong way?
Wait a second, I am stretching this all wrong.
Yeah, we need to talk. Because most people over 50 have been told the same thing for years. Tight hips? Stretch them. Stiff back? Stretch it. Can't bend down like you used to? You guessed it. Stretch more. And yet, millions of people keep stretching every single day without moving much better. Here's the twist. Your body isn't necessarily refusing to move because your muscles are too short. Sometimes it's refusing because it doesn't trust the position you're asking it to go into. That changes everything. In fact, one of today's movements takes less than a minute and often improves how people move more than another 10 minutes of pulling on their hamstrings. And the strangest one barely looks like exercise at all. We'll get there soon. I spent a lot of medical school learning that stiffness automatically meant something needed stretching. Turns out, that's only part of the story. The nervous system is wonderfully cautious. If it thinks a position isn't safe, it simply tightens the brakes. Which, medically speaking, is the equivalent of your body saying, "Nice idea, absolutely not." So today, we're going to do something different. Instead of convincing your muscles to get longer, we're going to convince your brain that movement is safe again. And oddly enough, that's often where better movement begins. Exercise 1. Rock back mobility. This movement looks almost too simple, which is probably why so many people skip it. Start on your hands and knees with your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Now slowly push your hips back toward your heels, then return to the starting position. No forcing, no bouncing, just smooth movement. What's happening inside your body is surprisingly clever. Instead of aggressively pulling on muscles, you're letting your hips, knees, ankles, and lower back move together. Your brain starts recognizing the pattern as controlled and safe. Better than sitting on the floor trying to touch your toes? For many adults over 50, yes. Touching your toes is impressive at family gatherings for about 3 seconds. Moving comfortably all day is useful every single hour. If getting onto the floor isn't comfortable, place your hands on a sturdy countertop and gently shift your hips backward instead. Once you can perform 12 slow, comfortable repetitions, pause for 2 seconds at the back of each movement before returning. Keep your belly button gently drawing toward your spine. Your shoulders stay relaxed. Breathe naturally. Don't force the range. Today's goal isn't winning an argument with your joints. It's earning their trust. After a week or two, many everyday movements, reaching into a cupboard, loading the dishwasher, even picking something up from the floor, often begin feeling smoother. But there's one body part quietly stealing movement from almost everyone over 50, and it's probably not the one you're thinking about. Exercise 2. The forgotten rotation. Here's something funny. People spend years trying to loosen their hamstrings while their upper back quietly turns into a garden statue. The result? Your lower back and hips start doing extra work they were never hired for. That's where the next movement comes in. Sit tall on a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest and slowly rotate your upper body to one side, then the other. Notice we said your upper body, not your knees, not your hips. Just your rib cage turning over a stable base. This is the part I genuinely love. Your spine isn't designed to do one giant movement. It's designed to share small movements across many joints. When one section stops contributing, another usually volunteers. Eventually, that volunteer starts filing complaints. If the rotation feels limited, make the movement smaller. If it feels easy, pause briefly at the end of each turn without forcing anything. Keep your core softly engaged and your breathing calm. Because the best movement rarely looks dramatic, it just looks easy. And that's exactly what we're building. Exercise 3. Cross-body march. Remember that question? Why do some people seem to move effortlessly without spending half their morning stretching? Here's one reason. They haven't lost the ability to coordinate movement. Walking isn't just putting one foot in front of the other. It's a conversation between your shoulders, hips, core, and brain. When that conversation becomes quieter, movement starts feeling stiff, even if your muscles aren't particularly tight. Stand tall and slowly lift one knee while reaching the opposite arm forward. Lower with control, then switch sides. Slow is the secret here. If it feels too easy, pause for 2 seconds every time your knee reaches hip height. If balance is a concern, lightly rest one hand on a kitchen counter or sturdy chair. Keep your belly button gently drawing inward, your shoulders relaxed, and breathe normally. Don't chase speed. You're teaching coordination, not auditioning for a marching band. Here's what nobody tells you in a doctor's office, mostly because there isn't time. Your brain loves predictable movement. Every smooth, controlled repetition is like telling your nervous system, "See, we've got this." And after enough reminders, it starts believing you. This movement is often more valuable than another 5 minutes of passive stretching because you're improving control, not just range. After a couple of weeks, many people notice they walk with a little more rhythm and a little less effort, which is useful because the next exercise teaches your body something even more important: how to trust one leg at a time. Exercise 4. Single leg balance reach. This might be the most underestimated movement in today's video, not because it looks impressive, because it doesn't. Stand beside a countertop or sturdy chair. Shift your weight onto one leg while the other foot lightly hovers above the floor. Now reach that free foot gently forward, then back to the starting position without rushing. Your standing leg is doing the real work. Tiny muscles around your ankle, hip, and core wake up together to keep you stable. That's far more useful than simply holding a stretch and hoping balance magically improves. If lifting your foot feels difficult, let your toes lightly brush the floor. If you're ready for more, reach forward, sideways, and slightly behind before returning to center. Keep your core gently engaged, breathe steadily, and stop well before fatigue turns the movement sloppy. Nobody earns bonus points for wobbling like a shopping cart with one broken wheel. The reward shows up somewhere much more exciting. The next time you step off a curb, walk across uneven ground, or quickly change direction, your body has a better chance of responding with confidence instead of hesitation. And there's one final movement that quietly ties everything together. But sometimes, the body isn't asking for a longer muscle, it's asking for a better plan. Today, you gave it one. None of these exercises is flashy. You won't find people posting videos titled, "Watch me perform the world's most perfectly controlled rock back." Probably for the best.